For this video, we're going to solve some word problems together that involve adding and subtracting of fractions. So this is just another way to practice some of those skills that you learned earlier in the week on addition and subtraction of fractions. So this first word problem says, at Mary's party, 4/8 of the guests had chocolate ice cream and 3/8 of the guests had strawberry ice cream. What fraction of the ice cream was either chocolate or strawberry? So there's a couple of problem-solving steps that you can use. So the first thing that I always like to do is circle my numbers that are important. So we have some fractions, 4/8 and 3/8. So notice the fractions written with a slash. Might be helpful to rewrite those fractions. So we have 4/8 and 3/8. And we want to look for some important words. So I know that it's asking me for either chocolate or strawberry. So that means that I need to combine those amounts. I want to know how many could I get that's either going to be ice cream, either going to be chocolate ice cream or strawberry ice cream. So that means that we're going to be adding. Okay, so I want to really look at that question. So what fraction of the ice cream was either chocolate or strawberry? So we're looking at the guests. So 4/8 was chocolate and 3/8 was strawberry. So we want to add those together. So remember, we're going to add our two numerators. 4 plus 3 is 7. The denominator stays the same. So the answer is 7/8. Okay, let's look at the next one. So Kimberly's kite tail is 5 5/6 feet long. Margaret's kite tail is 4 3/6 feet long. How much longer is Kimberly's kite tail than Margaret's kite tail? So I've circled those important numbers. I'm going to rewrite them. So 5 5/6 and 4 3/6. So now I want to look for some important words. So it asks me, how much longer is Kimberly's kite tail than Margaret's kite tail? That question tells me I'm comparing these two amounts. And when we're comparing two amounts, we need to subtract. So I'm going to use the method where I subtract the fractions first. So 5/6 minus 3/6 equals 2/6, and then I'm going to subtract my whole numbers. 5 minus 4 is 1, and then put that together. So the difference is 1 and 2/6. So if I want to check my work, just like if I was subtracting whole numbers, I can take my answer and add my smaller part, and it should equal my total. So I can add 4 3/6 plus 1 2/6. So 3/6 plus 2/6 equals 5/6, and 4 plus 1 equals 5. So 5 5/6. So I know I did it right. Okay, the last problem. Wayne recorded his exercise for 2 months. He walked 2 8/10 miles the first day. He walked 1 5/10 miles the second day. What is the total distance he walked during those 2 days? So here's our first number and our second number. It tells me that he recorded his exercise for 2 months, but that number is not really important for solving the problem. My important numbers are 2 8/10 and 1 5/10. Then an important word here is the total distance. So we want to add. We need to find the total. We need to combine them. So this time I'll change them to improper fractions so we can look at that. So 2 8/10, that's the same thing as 10/10 plus 10/10 plus 8/10. So 10 and 10 is 20, plus 8 is 28. And then 1 5/10 is the same thing as 10 tenths plus 5 tenths, which equals 15 tenths. So then we need to add 28 tenths plus 15 tenths. So we need to think about 28 plus 15. 8 plus 5 is 13. Carry the 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that equals 43 tenths. But we want to know a mixed number. So think about how many times does 10 go into 43. It goes in 4 times. 10 times 4 is 40. That leaves 3 left over. So the answer is 4 3/10.